Hello, I'm BlackSmiths, and if you played Minecraft before the Village and Pillage update, you're probably familiar with this guy right here. This was a blacksmith, and inside was a blacksmith chest. That blacksmith chest could contain a bunch of valuable loot, including diamonds, obsidian, saddle, horse armor, and a bunch of other things that are really valuable. So it goes without saying that people really like those, and most villages contained them, something which was nerfed in 1.14 because the Village and Pillage update made it so that most villages didn't have a blacksmith. However, at the same time as nerfing them in one way, it also buffed them in a couple of others. One, the design got a lot nicer. As you can see right here, the blacksmiths are a much more thematic place right now. And two, they made it so that one was no longer the maximum. Instead, you could now have any number of blacksmiths in a village, or so it seemed at least, because sometimes you would find villages with two of these blacksmiths in the same place. And that's why today's Double Seed Sunday comes at you. Because to me, the logical question that comes right after learning that you can get more than one blacksmith per village is working out exactly how many you can. And that's something I wanted to at least partially answer with today's Minecraft video. So this is going to be a Double Seed Sunday. The first seed we're going to start right now. So hello, my BlackSmiths, this is Seed Sunday, the weekly series where I show you seeds for Minecraft, which are particularly interesting, worth checking out in some way. Type in the seed that's on screen right now, which came in from my New Zealandish friend. How do you say that? My New Zealander friend? It came in from my friend from New Zealand, and yeah, Andrew Carrot Llama is the seed. It's a fun little thing. You can type it in that way, and if you do, what you'll be able to do is spawn right here in the middle of a nice little plains. I use these beacons to mark the spawn, just in case you're curious as to what that's doing there, and you can see how it's a really nice spawn because you spawn next to some cornflowers, you spawn next to a pretty flat area, but the best thing of all is that you spawn just about 100 blocks away from one of the most astounding villages that I've seen in a seed. I mean, until later on in this video, but this is something you probably have never seen before because it is a Minecraft village, pretty uninteresting, pretty small for a 1.14 village, but you'll notice how just over here we've got a blacksmith chest, and then just over here we've got a blacksmith chest, and then just over here we've got a blacksmith with the same blacksmith chest. And again, you might be thinking deja vu, is this some weird editing trick? No, if we show you it from this side, you can see how there genuinely are three blacksmiths. They're a little bit, weirdly spaced apart, like they're almost perfectly symmetrical, but still, three separate blacksmiths with three separate blacksmith chests with three separate blacksmith dudes, which is just an amazing find, this close to spawn. And this is one of the cool things about Village and Pillage, because it removed the cap on blacksmiths. Now you've got a tiny chance of finding a village like this. And just in case you are curious, so like 3 sets of loot, what can you find? An iron chest plate, 3 bits of iron, an iron pickaxe, as well as 3 bits of bread, some iron boots, 2 bits of iron, and then finally even more iron and another pickaxe and an iron sword. So yeah, although it's not the best, most amazing loot in the world, the fact that you do get 3 sets of it, the fact that you get 3 blacksmith dudes spawning by default, the fact that you get 6 furnaces, 6 bits of lava, and 3 pretty cool looking houses is a really nice find by itself, right? But here's the cool thing, the seed itself is actually really good besides that, because if I show you around it a little bit, you'll see how it's not just an astounding seed because it has 3 blacksmiths at spawn, but it's also a pretty cool seed because just over here, a little bit over the mainland, you'll see how, oh, look at this, there's a pillager outpost. Always handy to have one of those near a big village. And then to the south of that pillager village, there's also a tiger village, one of the harder types to find for a lot of people. So, being able to have easy access to one of these is pretty darn great, right? This tiger village even has its own blacksmith. In case you haven't ever seen one, this is what a tiger blacksmith looks like. You can tell because it's got a grindstone and because you should find a blacksmith villager on the inside. But here's another set of blacksmith loot. Again, iron boots and an iron pickaxe. Not the best loot in the world, but sometimes it randomly generates. You've got different situations where that can be better. And then also we've got some lava in the form of exposed lava over here, which means that that's really great just for the 3 things near spawn. But again, I want to show you at least a couple seeds today. So to go over this one very quickly, I want to just quickly mention that as well as these amazing things that would make it worth checking out by itself, just an astounding little find. Because just to the northeast of the spawn, you'll also find, something that might look familiar. It's the start of the video again, because this also has 2 blacksmiths on one, in one village. Which, again, 2 blacksmiths in one village, it's not the astoundingly rare event of like 1 in 100, like seeing, 3 blacksmiths in one village. But the fact that you have this in addition to the 3 blacksmiths in one village is pretty darn nice. Because again, if you want to be that guy who just runs around grabbing all the loot, then here are all the apples in the world. They're all in this one guy's chest. He hoards apples. He's just into that, it seems. And then the other guy seems to be into hoarding, much more valuable iron leggings, and I guess he actually likes apples as well. Something about, these villages and apples, it's a bit weird. But then another village of note is found even further to the north, because at these coordinates right here, which, pro tip, for every Seed Sunday, you'll see coordinates up there in the top left. For, for these coordinates right here, you'll find yourself a blacksmith, and isn't that wonderful? Another set of loot, another set of all the things. This is definitely the only interesting thing about this village. You definitely don't care about the fact that there's a ravine with an exposed stronghold on the inside. Again, You know, this isn't 1 in 1,000 rare, but to have this in a top of the, you know, thing that is already very rare makes this seed a really nice find if you just like that sort of rare, useful, interesting start. It's a really nice plains biome that extends for some really good time across a lot of villages with some pillager outposts and all the things you need to start a good survival world. And then it also has some astounding stuff like this where you can show it to friends and they're gonna be like, whoa, that is something weird. And yeah, if you wanted to, you could excavate the entire stronghold really easily. I've seen some people suggest that as a fun project idea, and yeah, I like it as a concept. If you want to excavate a stronghold, this one is a lot easier than any other, if you ask me. So yeah, this seed is really amazing, right? Like, wow, all of that in one seed, that's gotta be what Seed Sunday is about. But I mentioned earlier, it's a double Seed Sunday, because finding 3, you know, blacksmiths in one seed must be like a 1 in 100, if not rarer chance. But what are the odds of finding 4? So hello, my BX Toy Cat, this is Seed Sunday, seeds every week, you get the point. And today, what we're doing is checking out the seed that's gonna be on screen right now. If you type in that seed into any Minecraft Bedrock platform, you'll spawn right here in the middle of a Mega Tiger, which is a nice enough thing by itself. To me, it's annoying, like it's a big issue to deal with, but for a lot of people, this is already a dream. But get this, right? If you go from this Mega Tiger biome, which is already kind of a dream, if you just go a few hundred blocks to the southwest, you'll find something quite staggering. So I have yet to see something that truly matches this, because again, before this update, you would find 1 blacksmith in most villages. You know, your range was 0 to 1. After this update, you find 0, you find, you know, 1, you find sometimes 2, and it seems as though, you know, you very rarely find 3, but something I haven't found anywhere else on the internet yet, besides this seed, which came in from the Discord, is, you know, something which contains 4 separate blacksmiths. So again, you can tell they're blacksmiths because they contain the blacksmith, you know, like, you know, table, and they also contain a blacksmith chest. I mean, this is the thing you're going after anyway, right? Look at this chest right here, already giving you pretty much an obsidian portal, plus 4 diamonds, plus 4 iron, plus 3 gold, and, you know, you might have guessed by the fact that I implied there were 4 of these, that guess what? Here's a second one with his blacksmith to prove it, and here we've got a sword to go with that, some gold, some bread even, because I guess you might get hungry after all the after all the iron ore you're going through. Then you've got some more iron, some leggings, and some apples, because we know that blacksmiths love apples. This is just a fact, apparently. And then finally, it's a little hidden, it's harder to find, but here at the very edge of the village, guess what? A 4th blacksmith with more iron and more gold. This is an absolutely absurd village. Again, I can't tell you what the odds of this are, because we literally do not know the bounds on how many blacksmiths generate. We just, again, most people assumed, oh, 0, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, that's the trade-off. No, you sometimes find 3, and you sometimes find 4 blacksmiths in the same village. And yeah, this is a really astounding seed for this one thing alone. Like, does it matter about the rest of it? Does it matter that, like, oh, look at that, there's a giant cave hole down there, and you'd be dragged in, and look at it, it takes you all the way down to Diamond Lair. But no, this isn't interesting, this isn't worthwhile. It's a thing that you might want to take some time to look at, or, you know, might be able to take advantage of, but it's not a thing that is, you know, like, even needed for this seed to be interesting, because otherwise it is a super fascinating village. Again, there's lots of other chests and all the other buildings, they just don't contain the blacksmith loot, which, as we all know, is the most prized. And yeah, the interesting thing that this seed, you know, this seed raises as many questions as it answers, because it's a really astoundingly good seed, right? But then the question becomes, so if this can have 4 blacksmiths, is that the max? And the answer to that question is likely no, right? Like, if you can have 4, it's very unlikely that's the very maximum you can have, but I imagine that every other blacksmith you get after 2 seems to be significantly rarer. Again, based on the fact that there are very few 3 blacksmith seeds out there, and based on the fact that this is the only 4 blacksmith seed that I'm aware of, it therefore raises the question of, like, so how many can we go up to? And this is something that by myself, you know, I can answer very slowly by checking out seeds, as we always do, because I load up a bunch of seeds every single month. But this is also a question I figured, why not get the community of you guys who presumably like seeds and like finding these astounding spawns, why not, you know, try and perhaps raise some, you know, questions of all of you. So this is for Minecraft Bedrock, you know, because Minecraft Bedrock has a shorter seed range. The same seed should work on Java, but if you have any seed for Minecraft Bedrock that you think has more than 4 blacksmiths, prove it, and then send me a picture. Let me know, send me the seed. I would love to see what the absolute maximum is. The game code is not clear. We do not know exactly what the maximum number is right now. We have no info to go on, but what we do have is we have a lot of fuss, we have a lot of will, and we might just be able to prove that 5 is possible. It might be possible that 6. It might be possible that every building besides the key ones are blacksmiths. Maybe you can get 7 blacksmiths in a village. We don't know what the upper limit is, but that's why, yeah, it's important to check out a bunch of seeds. And yeah, if you want to try a bunch of seeds, just start typing in random numbers, check the nearest villages, see how many blacksmiths they have, and eventually you might just find one with 5 or 6. So yeah, this is the challenge to anyone watching this video right here. I want to know how many blacksmiths a village can have. The data we have indicates there shouldn't be an upper limit because 4 seemed impossible before seeing this one. So therefore, the question becomes, how many blacksmiths can be found on one seed? Because Bedrock does have a limited number of seeds, there is a even if there is a theoretical maximum that's higher than 5 or 6 or 7, we wouldn't be able to know for sure. So that's why we need to find one to prove that it's not only theoretically possible, but it's possible by the actual, it's possible to find one that's actually usable. And this is something I would love to see. I would love to see this so much. I would love to see this science done because I love proving the extremes of Minecraft, that I'm willing to put a little bit of a reward out there. So if you find 5 or 6 blacksmiths, please do let me know. That would be astounding. That would be, presumably thousands of ones to the odds. But if you can find 7 or more blacksmiths in a single village, fairly close to spawn, let's say within like 500 to 600 blocks off spawn in any Minecraft Bedrock seed, again, 7 blacksmiths, I will give you a reward of 70, of your local currency, presuming you don't live in Kuwait where the currency is worth like 4 times as much. If you live in the US, I'll give you a $70 gift card. Live in Canada, $70 gift card. Live in Australia, $77 gift card. I don't know why that's a rule, I made it up on the spot. £70 gift card for your Xbox, for your PlayStation, for Amazon, whatever you want, as long as it's a gift card and, therefore it's not cash. I am down to give it to you in exchange for you finding a seed with 7 blacksmiths on it. If you're curious as how to best do this, again, just load up a bunch of seeds. Minecraft will give you a random number if you just let it go blank, or start typing in like Toycat1, Toycat2, or whatever you want to do. Try and find a seed with 7 blacksmiths somewhere near spawn, and I will reward you both with a shout out and all the other sorts of things, and also $70, pounds, reals, whatever currency you're into. Yeah, I can make that happen for you because I would love to see the extent of this, and that's something that I hope you would love to see enough to do it too. So yeah, there's a reward, there's a bounty on the line, and also there's 2 pretty good seeds that you might want to check out today. Andrew Carrot Llama and this bunch of numbers right here. And I totally do recommend you check them both out. Again, the first seed's better rounded, but the second seed is the extent of craziness that we believe might even be possible. So yeah, if you're curious as to how to send the things in, I would recommend tweeting at me if you feel like I missed your tweet. Again, usually like if it's like a really rare seed, like it has 5 or 6, but I didn't even like your tweet, then you can send me an email. My channel page has an email. Please don't send me emails unless you actually literally have to, because a lot of people are like, why'd you ignore my email? It's like, email, why are you sending emails? It's 2019. Email is the last resort. Email is the, oh my god, I forgot. I literally cannot use everything else because I live in a country where social media is blocked. That is your excuse to use email. Otherwise, don't be doing that to me. Don't make me do that, Like, email's the worst thing to respond to. It's terrible. Don't make me do that. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the results of this one. For now, we found something astounding already, but can we find something even more astounding? That's the challenge I put up to you. Either way though, I hope you all enjoyed this video. You can like it if you did like it. You can share if you really liked it. Make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell. Wait, I did that wrong. Make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell if you want to see more of these videos down on your homepage. I'll never get over this weird little exclusive feature for Bedrock and console. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, because I'll see you all after you've hit that bell in the next one. Okay, no, more seriously, I'll see you whenever we learn more about this. And also in other videos, because, fun fact, I upload lots of videos on this channel, not just Seed Sunday. Isn't that crazy? Okay, goodbye.